How you doing? How you doing? This is Nathaniel Swopes of Swope Setting. Today, I want to talk about an interesting topic that my friend Patrick Bell brought up in one of our friend groups. Is the traditional NBA big dead? And also, what I want to go into with this conversation is the traditional NFL quarterback dead. So the traditional NBA big, we would probably think about like a Shaquille O'Neal, like a 7 foot big man who can bag you down. You know what I'm saying? Hook, right hook shot, left hook shot. Uh, you know, catch and dunk the ball. Very physical, a lot of rebounds. And at first, my take on the conversation was, yes, the traditional American NBA big is dead, because now in the NBA, we see bigs as far as like Jokic, Vujicic with the Chicago Bulls, like a Dirk Nowitzki. We see 7 footers who can shoot the basketball. Not only can they shoot, but they can pass and dribble. So my take on the conversation was, yes, the traditional NBA big, which I would think would be the traditional American big, is dead. A guy that can catch the ball, right hook shot, left hook shot. Um, a big who would be shooting the mid range jump shot like a Patrick Ewing in his older days, or fadeaways like a Jermaine O'Neal towards the middle of his career, is not per se a traditional big, or shooting a mid range shot like Kevin Garnett or like a Tim Duncan. Those guys were kind of like those guys were kind of going into a new style of an NBA big. So we seen a lot of bigs that were just they would throw it down, pound it, and the offense in the NBA was around this big. So now in the NBA, the offense does not go around the the NBA offense does not go around the big. The NBA offense is kind of around uh, guards and shooters. So you got guards who have the ball a lot. They can either penetrate, throw a pass to a big that can dunk the ball, alley oop dunk, or pass the ball to the corner for a jump shot, or pass the ball for a shoot on the wing. And um, what my friend Patrick Bell reminded me of is that if you are 7 feet and athletic, you still have a chance to make the NBA. Even as not a big that's gonna make a lot of money, you can still get a decent contract around the range of $5 million to $20 million. So if you're 7 feet and you're athletic, you still have a chance to make the league. Now, bigs who were traditional but undersized in that 6'6", 6'9" range have a harder chance to get drafted. They may get signed if they have a niche, like the big Looney, who's about 6'9", 6'10", with Golden State, who's a really good rebounder. Those guys are kind of getting lost. The bigs, who traditional bigs, that were undersized, but like a Charles Oakley or Anthony Mason. Patrick said, Ben Wallace would still make the league, but bigs, role traditional role bigs like Adele Davis, Antonio Davis, Anthony Mason, Charles Oakley in that 6'7" to 6'9" range. Those bigs are kind of getting lost in the fold. And if you are 6'6" to 6'9", you kind of have to be a tweener. You have to be a guy that can dribble, shoot, and get to the basket, and you have to be able to shoot the ball. Now, on the conversation to the traditional NFL quarterback, like a Tom Brady, like a Drew Bledsoe, I'm sorry, yes, I think it's Drew Bledsoe. I believe his name is Drew Bledsoe, who can stand in the pocket and throw the ball. The game is just a whole lot faster. And I mentioned in one of my videos about Lamar Jackson when he got his deal, a lot of black quarterbacks are taking over. Not just really black quarterbacks, but we see a lot more black quarterbacks, but dual threat quarterbacks who are athletic, who can get out the pocket and run, are changing the game. And the the um, the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, he also changed the game that made it a lot easier for traditional cornerbacks when he made the running back a wide receiver. So the spread offense and making a running back a wide receiver um, had it gives you a reason to still be a traditional quarterback and be able to stand in the pocket, when the defense comes at you fast to be able to dump it off to the running back or have a spread offense and dump it off to the slot receiver. The use of the slot receiver and the running back as a wide receiver has helped other traditional quarterbacks stay in the league a lot longer because defenses are just a lot faster now. We pretty much have linebackers at the defensive end position, and now defensive ends are now at the defensive tackle positions. And we pretty much have guys who would have been safeties, big safeties, playing middle and outside linebackers, and cornerbacks playing safeties. We have guys that are about 6'2" and 200 pounds playing that could run a 4.4 or even 6 feet. They can run a 4.4, and these guys are playing outside of middle linebacker. We got guys that run a 4.5, 4.6, 4.7 playing defensive end. So these when you had a 3-second to 5-second window, or a 3 to 5 second to 10 second, 5 second to a 7-second window to throw the ball. Now you have about a 2 to 5 second window to throw the ball. The game in the NFL is just a lot faster. So is the traditional quarterback dead in the NFL? I would say no, but I think that if you're more of a traditional quarterback, you have to have a fast release. And you have to be able to see the field a lot faster, and you have to be elite. I think you have to be more elite. Times of the average traditional quarterback is getting a lot harder to make the NFL. They're going with more dual threat quarterbacks, even at the backup positions. As far as the 2 and 3 quarterback, we're seeing more dual threat quarterbacks. So the traditional quarterback dead, not per se, but you have to make reads a lot faster, and we seeing more elite dual threat. Elite traditional quarterbacks make the league still, but those average guys are having a tougher time making the leagues. And is the traditional NBA big dead? No, it's not dead per se, but these guys, if you're 7 feet and athletic, like my friend Patrick would say, you're going to make the NBA. You're going to get drafted. They're going to take a chance on you. But these traditional bigs that are undersized from the 6'7" to 6'9", maybe even 6'10", are having a tough time make the league. And we've seen that with Timmy from Gonzaga. He didn't get drafted. He did get signed. We've seen the big who's about 6'8" from Kentucky. He did not get drafted. Who he specialized in rebounds, so he can still have a chance to make the league. But can he guard the pick and roll? Can he still be a great rebound against a bunch of 7-foot athletic 7-footers? Also, the 6'10" big who's very dominant for the University of Connecticut, he did not get drafted. Can he be a pounded out big against a bunch of 7-footers who are athletic and can jump out the gym, and not just, you know what I'm saying, against every night against like an Anthony Davis, Clint Capella, the 7-foot big from New York, the 7'4" big, the 7'4" and 6'11" bigs with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Can they be consistent and pound that? Will the NBA take a chance on them? I would say now, even as a 7-footer, like Jokic, the NBA has gotten better at guarding the pick and roll. So right now, if you're not able to get that pass, catch it and dunk it faster, you got to get a floater. You got to get a mid-range jump shot, like at the elbow jump shot, or Adebayo, where he's like right below the free throw line. You got to get that jump shot, especially if you're only 6'9". Now 7 foot, they're gonna take a chance on you, but for you to be an elite center in the league, $100 million, $250 million center, you got to get a jump shot. You got to be able to catch that pass, dump it in for a floater, or pass it out to the wing, or pass it out to the corner. All right, so this is my take on our conversation. It was an amazing conversation that me, Patrick, and my other friends in our group chat had about the traditional NBA big and the traditional NFL quarterback. Are they dead? They're not. It's not all the way big, but both professional leagues are definitely going away from it. They're definitely going away from it. We see more dual quarterbacks in the league more than ever, and we see more European bigs who are triple threat bigs who can shoot, dribble, and pass in the league more than we ever seen. Guys similar to like Sabonis, or even American white big like Rick Smits, who's a great jump shooter. We seeing these guys in the league more than ever. All right, so if you're listening, please let me know what you think about this conversation. Is the traditional American big dead? Is the traditional NFL quarterback in the stand in the pocket dead? Please let me know your thoughts on this video. You all have a great All have a great day. Thank you.